Alright, and we're back. So, Revenge of the Sea Team, here we go. We are finally going to get around to making our EvilCraft stuff today. Or this episode, I mean. So we're going to start. First off, let me tell you what I was doing while the last episode was uploading and processing. Knocked down the redwood tree, knocked down the dark oak tree. The redwood gave me like 180 logs and like 20 saplings, so I got pretty good return on my investments for that one sapling I put down. So I'll probably end up using redwood planks somewhere in our tower when I get around to expanding it. I took all those garden items out of the food chest and brought them over here. I'm going to break those down and get all the stuff out of them eventually. And I think this one just grew there on its own. Maybe I misclicked somewhere and put that one down. Anyway, so let's get started here. So the dark tank, we're going to need 2 dark gems, like so, 2 iron ingots, like so, and glass in the middle. So here's our dark tank. Now the cool thing about these, you can put them next to each other in a crafting grid, and it expands their inventory, their capacity. So like this one holds 16,000. If you put 2 of them in there, you get one back that holds 32,000, and you can keep adding 16,000s to them over and over, as many dark tanks as you want to craft. Also, you can take the blood extractor here and put that with it, and it adds 16,000 to your blood extractor. But I don't really want to do that right now. Maybe later. Anyway, so here's our dark tank. We can use this to store all our extra blood. Let's put everything back here behind the house to start with. And I think the second floor of the house is going to be for EvilCraft. So anyway, so you can right click with this blood extractor on the tank, and it just throws 1,000 at a time into the tank, like that. Or you can shift right click and it pulls out 1,000 at a time. Anyway, so our goal today, other than that, is going to be this blood chest. To make that, we have to make this blood infusion core, and to make that, we have to get hardened blood shards and a dark power gem. So you get a dark gem, and you get a pool of 5 or more blocks of blood, like source blocks on the ground, and you just toss it in there, and it pulls all 5 of those blocks of blood into the gem to make this dark power gem. And then you also have to get hardened blood shards. You get those from taking one of those pools of source block blood on the ground, wait for it to coagulate and harden, and then you hit it with flint and steel. Or you can get a silk touch pickaxe, or I don't know if pickaxe is the only one you can use on it, but you get a silk touch tool, and you can mine that block up and throw it in a furnace, and it'll cook down into 9 of these shards. So let's get started here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you can actually take this syringe and treat it like a bucket out of this dark tank here. 3, 4, and they're going to start hardening here in a second. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, and I need a dark gem over here. So whenever these harden, if it's raining, they will not. If they get rained on, they'll stay liquid. But all you have to do is break them, and they go back liquid again. This is gonna be tough. Come on. There we go. Soaks up all 5, and you get a dark power gem. Now we need one more. I went ahead and picked up a couple with buckets, so I'd have an extra here. Off camera before I started. Alright, and let's make a flint and steel. This is the way it tells you to do it, but... Alright, that only gave me 5, so... Yeah, it's better to silk touch and use them in a furnace. That way you get all 9. And I'm pretty sure you can recombine them back and forth, like nuggets to bars or bars to blocks. We just gotta wait on this now. Come on. If I look away for a second, pretend I don't care about it, and look back. Nope. There it goes. Alright, and we have 13. Well, we got a good number out of that one. Okay, so like that, and like that. Blood infusion core, got it. Now we just have to put planks around that. What kind of planks do I want to use? How about, well, we're doing dark everything, so why not dark oak? There, blood chest. Got it. Now that we have the blood chest, so it has a 10 slot inventory here. It's got a little bit of a tank for blood in it, and this slot on the left is where you put items to add blood to the chest. And I'm wondering, does this work? No? Can I put these here? No. Okay. So if this blood extractor had any blood in it, I could put it here, and it'll pull from there and put it in the tank. But as of yet, it is empty. So, grab these real quick. Let's put those away. So we've got these condensed bloods I got out of that one of the treasure boxes last episode, and these count for 500 blood each. So I can just right click on the chest to add them to it, or you can open it and put them in this slot here, and it consumes them to add it to the tank. So let's go ahead and just throw some in here. The awesome thing about this blood chest is that it repairs your items. So let's say, oh, this flint and steel that I've used once, or twice really, there's no way to repair those in the game, except I can. Just throw it in there. It uses a little bit of blood. It used 10 and repaired it by 2 steps. Let's see, how about our iron armor that we're wearing? You just throw that in there. It burns off some of this blood here, and they're all getting repaired. And we just put those back on. I actually broke this hatchet between episodes, or before the last episode. No, it was between episodes, because I took down that redwood tree and a couple other things and totally just destroyed it. It did actually repair all on its own because of the moss on there, but if I didn't want to sit around and wait on it, I could have thrown it in here. Let's see. Well, now that we have the tank, the chest, and our armor and tools are all topped off, I can just put these in here. That takes a second. You can only put one at a time. I'm just going to right click them all in there. There. I checked out those monster towers off to the east. I mean the north, is it? Yeah, up to the north. These two here. It turns out that there's really bad loot on the roof of it, because that's where you're supposed to start, and you make your way down into them. So I went down on this one to the east side here. I went down in that one about 6 or 7 floors and picked up some okay stuff. But every floor of it has 2 mob spawners and a chest. And it looks like the loot gets better the further down you get. So we will have to tackle one of those eventually. But first, let me show you some really awesome stuff you can do with this blood chest, other than repairing your items and armor and weapons and stuff. There's a mod in this pack. Let me do some of this real quick. And that one, I've been hanging on to all these old tools and things that I've been using, and mob drops, just for this reason. Anyway, there's a mod called Animal Bikes, and what it is essentially is you can create your own item. Like, you create an item that spawns a mount that you can ride around on, and the mount that you make depends on which item that it spawned out of. Let me show you a few here. So there's a pig bike. You make it with a saddle and a bunch of pork chops, and that makes this little pig bike item. You right click on the ground with it and it makes basically a rideable pig. Do I have enough for that? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna make a few of these and we'll play around with them. So I'm only like 10 minutes into the episode and I've done pretty much all the things I was planning on doing. And I've only got one saddle. Saddles are actually craftable in these mod packs. So we get rawhide, a string, and an iron to make one. And the rawhide comes from 9 leather. So it's 27 leather, a string, and an iron to make a saddle. But you can make regular pieces of leather out of zombie flesh. So easily renewable. Anyway, let's craft this thing. So pig bike. And you right click, makes a pig. And you can jump on it, ride it around. Let's morph back into me real quick. There, he kind of slides around. Kind of runs around on his own, whichever direction. Like, I'm not touching the movement buttons right now. He's just running on his own, whichever direction. I can kind of control him slightly, but not really. So he kind of just does what he wants to. Okay, skeleton. Stop it. There we go. Alright, let's say he wanders off somewhere or gets killed by miscellaneous whatever in the world. Well, then you gotta make a new one, right? So you just take your item, make a new one. If you notice... Oh, he's gonna give me that morph every time I kill him. This thing has durability on it. So eventually you'll have to craft a new one, which means making a saddle or finding a saddle, getting more pork chops, etc. But what you can do is actually just toss it in here, and it recharges it for almost free. Takes a very small amount of blood to recharge those. So you can just make pigs all day out of this thing. And that, you know, you might not think, oh, well, pork chops are easy to get, saddles are easy to make. So let's get a little more expensive. How about we want to make a dragon bike? You can make a flying dragon mount out of end stone and a saddle. So if you don't want to go back to the inn to get stone or collect a bunch at once, you just recharge the item in the blood chest. How about diamonds to make a pony bike? I'm pretty sure this one flies too. It's like a rainbow dash that you can ride around on. For those of you that don't know Rainbow Dash, it's a like rainbow unicorn from a cartoon slash anime, if you want to call it that. Anyway, flying pony bike with diamonds. So if you don't want to get more and more diamonds, you can just recharge it in there. The Ender bike. This thing makes an Enderman that's like bent over and you're riding on his back. And if you hit space to jump, he actually teleports around randomly like an Enderman does and takes you with him. And I've been teleported down into caves and stuff that I hadn't discovered on my own. So can be handy. That's a fun one. The Notch bike. You make this one out of golden apples. So that one can get expensive. Reindeer bike. Make that one out of spruce saplings. Snow golem is just out of snow. We got gas tiers. You can make a flying ghast, I believe. The iron golem bike. Vines, iron blocks, and a flower. Bunny bike. I'm pretty sure this one is for Easter. So you've got like a Christmas one, an Easter one. There's a dino bike. I'm not sure what kind of dinosaur it is, but you make it using these fossils, and the fossils are inside this mod. You make those out of bones and coal. So 8 bones and a coal for 1 fossil, and then 8 of those and a saddle to make the bike. There's a chocobo bike, making with golden carrots. Silverfish bike with stone. Bat bike. You make this one out of night vision potions. I don't know if there's any other option. It looks like these are all the same. I'm not sure why it's here twice. 8198, 8230. So that's 2 different night vision potions. Not sure why they're different. They have the same durability and they're not splash potions or anything. I don't know. But anyway, so night vision potions to make a bat bike. I'm pretty sure that one flies. Chinese dragon bike. I'm pretty sure that one flies too. You make this with fireworks. Slime bike. You make that with slime balls. Ocelot bike with raw fish. Flower bike. Not sure what that one does, but you make it just out of vanilla Minecraft flowers. And a wither bike you can make out of wither skeleton skulls. That one can get hard to create, I guess. Gotta go farm skulls. With the EvilCraft mod, though, there's a let's see, what is it called? It's like a furnace, but it's not a furnace. It's like an infuser. This thing, blood infuser. So we can make another one of these blood infusion cores real quick. And we just put cobblestone around it to make like a furnace. And this thing you can use to make the dark power gems a lot easier. And you can also use it to change certain items into other items. Like you can turn zombie heads into skeleton heads, and then you can turn the skeleton heads into wither skeleton heads. You can change bones into blaze rods, and a lot of other kind of cool transmutation type things. So, very handy. Do I want to do that now? What are we at? Not even 20 minutes in the episode yet? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that while we're on the topic of EvilCraft and fun things to do with it. So we need 5 more buckets of blood. Let's take this out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's grab a gem back here. I'm not flying. You get used to hitting the double tap to jump and fly. Alright. Break that. Toss that in. There we go. And then we need 8 more of the shards. Let's pull another 1,000 out of here. And where did I put the flint and steel? Right there. Let's throw these in there. Just to make this faster, let's put down more than one. And we can empty the rest of this into here. There we go. There's 8, and how many did I have before? Perfect. Well, you know, the 8 would have done it, but whatever. Alright, infusion core. And I don't have any kind of like evil stones or anything, so not like it matters. You can do it out of any kind of stone or cobblestone. Alright, blood infuser. Let's throw that down right over here next to this. And we can pick these back up. Like so. Throw the blood in the tank. Alright, so the blood infuser. Can I do this? No. Let's grab... Actually, let's put some of the blood into that so we can use it. So instead of throwing blood on the ground, waiting a bunch of time to make these little shards and stuff, we can just take the dark gem, put it right there. Let's see, we've got 2,000 in there. And it only takes 250 units of blood to make the gem instead of 5,000 because you're using like 5 source blocks, 5 buckets worth on the ground. So it's a way more efficient use. Okay, put these things away. Let's see, what else? Now that I've got this repaired, I can melt that down. Gonna have to go drop off some money in the village here in a little while. These fully repaired pieces of armor and stuff, you can just take them and throw them in the smeltery. I already melted down some of them. Some of the like iron swords and shovels and stuff I've been finding. Let's see, what else? Can I do this? Yep. So that takes 1,000, and then yeah, you can put 1,000 right back into it. Not that there's really a point. I mean, you can do that if you want to. What else was I going to use blood for? Let's take that out, put it here, just so it's all in one place. Oh wait, actually, you can take this tank right here, put it on top of the chest or the infuser. There's 1,000 in there, 2,000 in here. When you right click on the tank, it changes from like regular mode to supply mode, and it drains into whatever it's touching or whatever it's on top of. So that put all of it in here. So you can actually just carry the tank around, come back, dump it off, and then take off again with it. Alright, let's repair our armor from when that skeleton hit us a little bit ago. Repair the flint and steel. And yeah, I guess next episode we're gonna go tackle some of these little mob tower things. I'll jump down in there and grab a bunch of loot, and we'll see what I get. But I guess for now, that'll do it. I might end up making a couple more of those animal bikes, just playing around with them. But I'll do that off camera and show you guys the fun ones. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.